Well, welcome to Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity Podcast. I had a little malfunction with Twitter. They didn't like it because I didn't have a paid for account. So, sorry, we're just a little bit off tonight, but that's okay. Because tonight we're talking about liberation rises you out of the overthinking and staying in the many movies of healing. Something I've expanded into over the last few years is when you say the words heal and transformation, create change in them, they keep the mini movies of yesterday alive. And actually, as you're trying to rise out of that mini movie and everything that happened during that situation or in your life, move forward. And it goes with you, and it never allows you to liberate you from that event. You may massage it and get it so you can tolerate it, but it'll never liberate you. So that's where the word liberate comes in. When you say the word liberate, you feel a calm flow from here on up. And that's something I've opened up to understand. The inner dialogue isn't up here. The inner dialogue begins at the root chakra and comes forward. And I noticed that the other day when that little con artist of mine, that's what I call my inner dialogue, is a con artist. He's always trying to con me. You know, you think you're doing good, but you stay concentrated on the brain and the mind. It never goes to where it begins. It begins down around the root chakra. Your inner dialogue begins in the gut. So when you allow your gut to strut the sassy tenacity, revolutionizing, unfathomable, trend-setting audacity, you rise out of the inner dialogue. But that's something I really opened up to is that we are all caught up in that inner dialogue. We always are trying to do it here. Well, it starts down here. And that's just like liberation, transformation. They all are up here. But liberation and energize come from here. I don't use the word transformation. It's the word energized. And it's called the liberating lingo. But tonight I really want to focus on liberation over heal. Because heal has all the scars and all the other stuff. No matter what happens, you get a cut, you heal. There's always pain connected to heal. And liberation is letting go internally, boldly energizing rebellious audacity, tantalizing the emancipating wizardry of yourself. That's something when you open up to understand, liberate over heal, you stop thinking about your life. You start feeling, observing, and witnessing your life with a free-flowing, emancipating energy. Because the only thing you're liberating yourself from, all that change, all that stuff, is you're liberating yourself from yourself. It's I laugh at me, I liberate me from me. And that's something that I opened up to a couple winters ago, is everything I tried to think the outside world did, it was a memory or something inside me. So when I understand the outside world as a tour guide, it takes me to the events, encounters, experiences, and everywhere there to liberate me from my stranglehold from yesterday. And see, we've been taught in the school system from the past. We're always trying to heal the past. But you liberate the now. I stop healing the past to liberate the now. And that is something I've really opened up to, because everything occurs right here. You may have an event that comes into your mind that's stimulated from your everyday life, but it isn't happening back then. It's happening now. But you think it's a memory, so we go backwards. But the memory is now. When you can bring everything to present moment, you magically open your maestro enterprising nerve to tantalize the wise within you. I really want are you open to understanding you encompass a sleek, unique talent to observe, witness, listen, and experience the life you desire? So, something I let go of this week is work. I experience the events, encounters, and experiences to experience the desired outcome. See, we think work is this, but what work is an experience to expand us out of yesterday. See, we've been taught words by a socialized, sabotaging uh, saboteurs to make us think work. We really start hating work. But really, all the hourly workers are hourly entrepreneurs. How does that feel? See, work isn't work, it's an experience. You're exchanging your experience for money. However, today, some people don't think you have the experience. So we pay people that can't do anything a lot of money, and those that can, we try to starve them out. That's called the third world enslaving mindset. That is what you're rising out of. Because we've been taught the ancestor way, and all that stuff we read in history about the czars and all the tyrants of history, well, they're still here today. And a lot of them, let's just be honest, they're CEOs of corporations. Corporate in America is just social. They call it capitalism, but it's really socialized. Corporate socialism is what it is. But we really want to liberate ourselves from being stuck in what happened yesterday. And when you open up to liberate, you lionize, intrepid, bold, enterprising, rebellious audacity today, energizing your trailbreaker boldness to open the way for you to travel your trails of triumph. Because until we let go of everything that happened yesterday and the many movies of yesterday, and let go of being trapped in a school system that teaches everything from yesterday, you can liberate your now. You can never heal the now. You heal the past, but you'll never heal the now, because to heal something has to occur. And the now is a natural, optimistic wanderer's lure, but now there's nothing here. So you can't heal nothing here. So that's why they keep you living in the past, is because you can never liberate, you can never heal something that ain't occurred. That's why when you're trying to heal the past is here. But when you liberate the now, the past is gone. It's all right to throw the past away, because the wisdom and insight and clarity you attain from the past is forever with you. And that's a fallacy when people tell you got to tell them stories from the past. You got to keep telling the past. That's a bunch of crap. People want you. Something I've learned is self-help, personal growth, self-improvement, and psychologists, they want you stuck in the past so you stay with them. That way you never get liberated, because once you liberate yourself from yourself, you start understanding you encompass a natural talent to rise and shine to your divine daredevilry to set yourself free from you. That is really what we're here for, is to liberate ourselves from history. Life is an invitation, fostering experiences for us to liberate from the past. But we've been taught to stay in the past. That way we're easy to control. People that stay in the past are easy to control. And we teach us, and when we follow the school system, we stay stuck in the socialized past with a tyrant torment controlling our lives. Something I learned, opened up to, is, dang, I gotta get up and go to work today. Was never, wow, I get to experience something fresh today to rise and expand out of life. Because I was caught, I'm going to admit it, I was caught in the complainer's drain. But there's also a lot of people that was just I lowered myself to be with the people I worked with. That's the thing. A lot of people lower themselves down to be with the people they work with. So when I opened up my gamer's gumption, I rose to my rebellious campaigner's gumption to say, hell with this. I'm going to stroll and get chauffeured through life with a limousine pristine prowess of my wisdom, insight, clarity, intuition, imagination. That is something you think and know in the past. You think, know, hate, jealousy, everything that happened in the past, revenge thinking, you think and know that. And you think and know it to right over here, to yesterday. You listen for the now. You listen of the now to naturally open the wisdom, insight, clarity, and the gamer's gumption to look life in the eye, to facilitate and participate in your life right now. How many of us are afraid to facilitate and participate in our life right now? All of us. Some of us can say we are, but there's always that inkling of what is going on. And something else I understand, when you get that wanting to quit and you're getting all frustrated about life, you want to quit, you don't like this, that is when you're at the end of your comfort zone boundaries. Boundaries are bullshit. Boundaries are fears and they're limitations. And see, I read this on the internet, set a boundary, then you can tell everybody outside the boundary what's going on. You're inside a boundary. You can't tell anybody outside that. Here's another thing. It's a waste of time telling somebody else what to do or what to think because you're in the stink of the rinky-dink of your own thinking. And that's the way it is. The more I understand this, I liberate me for me, laugh at me, and I always carry a buddy that's funny. I don't get so caught up and all wrapped up in the rat-a-tat crap of my overthinking, stinking mind. Mind goes to memory. If you're open to this and you have a featureless canvas and your subconscious scenery so you can color paint that featureless canvas to be the mural of your subconscious scenery, you open the magic within you. But we've been taught to think and know, so we stay in yesterday. And boy, did I do it. I did it perfect. That's one perfection programming I had down. So I could live in yesterday and bitch and bellyache about yesterday all day today. But that all went away a long time ago. If you want to open up to something, 7 reasons why this is going to be the best day of your life. And then when you go to bed, right before you go to bed, 7 ways why this day was the best day of my life. See, we've been taught to bitch and bellyache. My parents were good at it, and I perfected it. I got mad over stuff that didn't matter. And, something I opened up to, whatever's going on in the outside world, if it isn't pertaining to my desired outcomes, dreams, and desired lifestyle, it's none of my business. All I want to do is listen and hearken the wisdom, insight, clarity, the inspiration, innovation, imagination, everything that's going to open me up to experience my dreams. And when you're telling somebody what to do and how good you are, you're hoodwinking yourself because you're telling your limitations. But when you're telling people, you tell your fears, limitations, knowledge. And how is the knowledge of the world doing? We're stuck in yesterday. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you open up to understand the business world today is encompassed in a third world enslaving mindset, and business will never rise the world any further than it is today, and neither will education. Business and education are the limitations of today. Individual wisdom, ingenuity, and innovation will rise the world to peace and prosperity. Because see, everybody's got this mindset that if business is making money, the world is doing good. It's when people are creating a cash flow that flows up. See, money flows up, but you notice it never comes down. When you got $300 million CEOs, and you got people at the bottom in the workforce working them for minimum wage, that collapses the world. And see, when in the 60s, when the United States could use the husband or wife working and the other one staying home, we had wages, but we also had money, had buying power. But now we think everything we do, and all the college coaches and all the business people think that tax coffers that we pay is their piggy bank. Well, we're getting ready to go clank. People are the assets of the world. And what we've forgotten, and we've always been taught, we've never been taught that people are the assets of the world. We think business and education. Well, we're in a medication of education and in the third world enslaving mindset of business. So when you can open up and rise out of that, you can energize your inner wise and play on your fields of prosperity. Next Tuesday night, I'm going to talk about the third world enslaving mindset, because people got to realize business, them CEOs and corporate America give a shit about the American people. All they want us for is so the blue collar kids could go to war to protect their unsavory assets. We got to start telling the facts about life. And a business coach has no clue what's going on in the world. I was witnessing, reading stuff. They want to talk politics, but they want to talk politics about business. Well, the people, it's for the people, by the people. And that's what we're trying to liberate ourselves from, is the misery of history and the misery of the medication of education. But when you really open up to it, we think our own misery. We think in misery, listening, glistening gumption. Listening is the path out of everything. Listening and questioning. And see, we've never asked the questions, what's the world expanding of? And the more you watch Wall Street and the dumb nuts, pundits on Wall Street, you're going to hear this. They always talk about, the hourly worker should work in poverty and they should have all the money. The best thing the American people can do is shut off all the podcasters from Wall Street and all the sports podcasters, because that's all that's doing is they're just putting out the rhetoric of the controlling felons of the world. Everybody thinks this and thinks that, but very few people understand our country hasn't been sovereign for a long time. But the only thing that is sovereign is you. When you open up to your sovereign expansion, sovereign liberation, and autonomous expansion with a little politically incorrect inspiration, you're going to rise with some cowboy wisdom to look at the world as an enterprising paradise rather than this dismal world we got today. Because as long as you can keep people thinking negative and dummy down to fit into the school, the socialized ways, you can control them. So when you can liberate yourself from all the pain and agony of yourself, you can rise out of the yesterdays onto today's trend-setting optimism, dawning appreciation. Yesing you're a blessing, because you are the asset of the world. Business is a byproduct of people having money. And see, here's the thing. Corporate America's got it made. When they run out of money, they few campaign contributions and they get their coffers filled. No matter what anybody says, capitalism is corporate socialism. And we basically live similar to the czars of Russia in a lot of ways. When somebody says we're free, they're lying. Only way you're free is if you feel free in here. And that is where you are. But you got to liberate yourself from healing the past. Liberate the now. I stop healing the past to liberate the now. When you open up to the now, you understand that's here. And yes, you may have something occurring, See, what's occurring out here instigates that image of the past, the image, the memory. See, your daily life activates the memory or that description image of that event in your life. All you're doing is mirroring that event in your life. See, the now is an event. The memory is an event of the now. And see, but if you can keep people living in memory, you can keep them stuck in yesterday. So today's the day we rise out of yesterday to enjoy today. Because today is the only time you have, this present moment is the only opportunity you have to liberate you from you. But we get so caught up in overthinking and trying to heal, we never get out of it. And I went to a class, and they was talking about the window of toleration. You got to have a window of toleration. When you liberate, you destroy that window of toleration. You're just feeling free flowing energy, enjoying life. And that's what liberation, but you feel, when you feel, say the word liberate or liberation, you feel a calmness come up, but you're going to feel it come from the root chakra of the gut up. And that's where everything, that's what hypnosis does. It allows the body to speak. So otherwise, your gatekeeper keeps everything shut off. That's the power of hypnosis. It opens up to the body to speak. And you are unique, talented. And that's something I really want people to understand. You're very uniquely talented to rise of your own dreamer's dexterity. And so when I liberate me from me, I set myself free because I let go of the past to liberate my now. Now wows of wisdom, optimism, and your wanderer's dexterity to witness life through listening, insight, and clarity. I want to thank you. I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity. Hypnoacuity is hypnotherapy, but when you say hypnoacuity, it keeps the mind in your inner landscape quiet. And that's what liberate over heal is. Liberate keeps your inner landscape quiet. Is heal, you keep your mind busy and you're thinking. And you're thinking and knowing busy, you're trying to rise out of the situation when it's fully active within yourself. But liberate, expand, energize, enterprise will allow you to rise and be calm through your daily life. I want to thank you. I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity and Pure Liberation Television. And may your day be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world.